volunteers for GYF, and okay, Peter, maybe you can carry on from there. Okay, for now, I will welcome Lillian with the welcoming remarks. Thank you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So as trying to adjust my mic. If you can hear me, good afternoon, and of course, I know good afternoon, good evening, and some of us, I think it's a good morning to all of us. And this very moment, as I am Lilian Namasara Kongani, I am a member of the board of Global Youth Forum, and I'm currently, I've been on fellowship at the University of Cape Town, so based in Cape Town, but currently I'm in Nairobi for some ground engagements. And of course, I've also been also at the University of Nairobi. So this very moment, it is actually my pleasure to join and or rather resonate with Millicent in actually welcoming you in this very special moment of Global Youth Forum, of course, where we really value and recognize the incredible contributions of all the volunteers, you know, the time that you're giving, the energy and the passion to Global Youth Forum so that we can able to collectively attain the goals of eradicating poverty in Africa. Of course, through the numerous programs that we have, we do not take those the energy and the volunteer, the insights that you bring on board. And of course, those little things are the ones that matter. Just like Professor Wangari Maathai, the 2004 Nobel Peace Prize winner, said that let's encourage us to be like the little hummingbirds whose little contributions matter from individuals level, from your local community, and whatever you do really matters, contribute to the bigger picture. So it is my honor, I'll not give much remarks, but it will be my honor now to actually introduce someone who's, continued commitment, unwavering support, leadership and guidance, and, contribution, dedication towards Global Youth Forum, and a member of the Global Youth Forum. To welcome him, if you can join me just by dropping an emoji or, anything, any sign, so we can welcome him to hear from his wisdom. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome, Professor Benson, whatever.
Thank you, Dr. Lillian Kongani. Indeed, it's a great joy to join everyone today in this session of awarding our volunteers and appreciating their contribution. Before I go any further, I would like to request all of us to observe a minute of silence in honor of our departed friend and chair of the Board of Trustees, Mr. Gareth Davis. So let's just observe a minute of silence. Thank you. Thank you very much. I would like to make a few remarks, just reflecting on where we have come from as a member of the Board of Trustees. Today is an important day where we have the Global Youth Forum Volunteer Awards 2025. And for avoidance of doubt, we are recognizing the contribution of the volunteers in the year 2024. In 2024, we delivered value worth over $90,000, with only about roughly $3,000, meaning we're able to, for every $1, we had the capacity to translate it into close to $28. This helps us appreciate the fact that Global Youth Forum is very good at delivering much with less, and we tend to focus on what needs to be done. We don't look at what we don't have, we work with what we have. How did we do this? We did it in three main ways. Firstly, we were able to clarify the vision and mission and values of Global Youth Forum. And if you visit our website, you'll be able to see them. Secondly, we capitalized on the power of professional volunteerism and partnerships. And thirdly, we took advantage of the use of technology and intergenerational collaboration. Our mission is to eradicate poverty in Africa, one home at a time. And our vision is to be a leading youth-led NGO in Africa, supporting young people in creating and securing jobs and bringing individuals and communities out of poverty. Our core values are 5. The first core value is integrity. We are honest, we are trustworthy, we are loyal in all our dealings. The second core value is respect. We have self-respect and also respect for others. The third core value is care. We take care of others. We take care of the world that we share with others. Fourthly, inclusivity. We believe in equality for all. We recognize and celebrate our differences, for it is these differences that make us stronger and not weaker. And lastly, the other core value is teamwork. We make positive difference when we work or play as a team. In a nutshell, in the year 2024, we were able to roll out our flagship projects, namely Molding for Work, Football for Peace, Archery for Goals, and Ordinary Voices. With those few remarks, let me stop there and hand over the meeting back to Lillian. Thank you very much.
To Millicent, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I want to believe that we back to Millicent.
Okay, yes, thank you so much. Yeah. Okay, thank you so much for that. And now I will welcome our founder and CEO, Omondi Peter, to go to the recognition and awards for the volunteers. Welcome.
Right. Thank you so much, Millicent. But let me welcome Dr. Steve, patron for GYF, to also give his tribute to our fallen hero, Mr. Gareth Davis. So, patron, feel free to unmute and chime in.
Okay,
so you are good to go. Keep going.
Thank you. Yes. I'm not wearing a vest. I'm actually properly dressed for this august gathering. It's the next one I have needs to be printed further up there. It really is a tremendous privilege to be sharing this afternoon with you all, but recognizing that we have somber moments which make us pause to reflect on how important it is that none of us take life for granted, and that none of us take each other for granted in any aspect of our lives. And thank you, Dr. Benson, for the moments of silence for us to individually reflect on our late chairman of the Board of Advisors. But it's on the 25th of November that it came as a tremendous shock to receive the news directly from Peter, the saddest news that our dynamic chairman of the Board of Trustees for Global Youth Forum Kenya had passed away after a short illness on the Tuesday evening at 9 o'clock in the evening. On my retirement as the founding chairman of trustees for GYF Kenya, it was Gareth, as one of the extremely energetic team of advisors, who willingly stepped forward to take up the reins. I was delighted, for a reason I'll come to in a moment, because he brought a new, fresh, dynamic focus to the role of supporting Peter as our remarkable young CEO. Subsequently to that appointment, whilst visiting my family in South Wales, I was able to meet up with Gareth and soon discovered that we'd got many interests in common, not least scouting. He had served with distinction as the Chief Executive Officer for Scout Cymru, which is scouting in Wales, and I was the former National Treasurer of the Kenya Scouts Association. So we were very much of one mind in our commitment to young people. And it was this same passion for serving youth that he brought to his chairmanship of the trustees of GYF. And in some wonderful mentoring of those participating in our programs and activities, and also his guidance so freely given to Peter and to fellow board members, seemingly at any time of the day or night, notwithstanding different time zones. In my subsequent visits to South Wales, Gareth would drop everything to ensure that we could meet up for a good Welsh pub lunch, sharing our mutual interests, foremost of which was just about every aspect of GYF Kenya, and in strengthening its operational base and with future financial security. And all of this was done voluntarily in between his many other professional commitments. Now, with GYF, and this is a state secret, of course, that with GYF Kenya headquarters being located within my home, I found myself being a fly on the wall for the many occasions whilst Peter was chatting live online with Gareth. The creative thinking, the strategizing shared between them, gently interspersed with careful guidance and mentoring for Peter was a privilege to witness. But of course, on occasions, I would find myself catapulted into these exchanges, very much a case of joining in the fun. And so it is with heartfelt thanks to God that we were privileged to know him, to have enjoyed the benefit of his extensive professional experience and his deep empathy for the next generation's needs in what is an increasingly an uncertain world. Gareth has left us, and so many others who benefited from association with him, far too soon. We honour his memory by recommitting ourselves to supporting Peter and his team in the capacity building work of Global Youth Forum Kenya that our young people so desperately need. So, well done, faithful scout. Now gone home. Diolch yn fawr, cariad. Asante sana Rafiki. We are certain that Baden-Powell is very proud of him indeed. And so, together, we are one. Asante.
Thank you so much for that. And now I will welcome the CEO to continue with this presentation. Thank you.
All right. Okay. All right. I'm also back here setting something up, but you should be able to see my face just shortly. But if you were to remember the chair for one thing, put one word that if you were to meet chair today, you'll just tell him that one word. Let me see on the chat before I come on camera, just shortly. If you were to remember the chair only with one word, what will that word look like? I'm curious to read those words. Keeping my eyes on the chart for those words: kindness. I'm reading them. I'm keeping my eyes on there. Respect, enthusiasm, supportive, empathy, knowledgeable, dedicated, unique. Okay. Let me pause on there and bring Justin. Justin and Millicent. Millicent, thank you so much. Justin is one of our executives. Justin, do you want to jump on and say hello? Probably before I jump into share my presentation with the gathering today. Justin, chime in and say hello, just like in your own way, and summarizing why you say Gareth was unique in his own way.
Thank you so much, Peter, and good evening, everyone. Apologies, my camera is not working. My name is Justin Mopua. I'm the coordinator for sports. I describe Gareth as unique because of the many things I've known from Gareth. The reason why I said he's very unique, every moment we met, virtually Gareth told me, be unique, be yourself. So that's why I say unique. He was one of those people who encouraged young people to be readers of today, not tomorrow. From the moment I joined GYF as a volunteer, honestly, Gary supported me. And I remember when I was going for my first interview in an organization, we met with Gareth and Peter to guide me on what to do. So to me, up to now, it's very difficult to accept that Gareth is no longer with us because of the very close relationship we had, not only at GYF, but also personally. But the good things he did, I will continue to do, and I left us in a very good position. We continue to uphold the values which he championed for. Thank you, Peter.
All right. So thank you so much, Justin, for that. I'm just smiling because the chair did leave us indeed in a really, really stable phase. And I know for me, I'm still sitting here and thinking he's still sat somewhere on Teams and I will go find him. So I'm still yet to discover that he's not on his computer and he's not talking to me. So to get us started, like really, really quick, happy Jamhuri Day. In Kenya, we are celebrating. It's called Jamhuri Day. It is a year, or it is a day when Kenya got independence. If I'm wrong, my history is like really, really bad. But I remember that we must have secured independence on 12th of December. And why this date is unique to us. Patron, I remember you lost your wallet and your things from the car. And it is on this day that we held our first football tournament in Mombasa County. And we had 16 teams. So rather than sitting here, we would be somewhere in a field, putting or coming down chaos, and you guys coming on here to listen to what we've been doing for the past 10 years is just like a privilege. And sharing the journey and listening to what you guys have supported us to do, I wanted to pause for a second and just say happy Jamhuri Day. It is 10 years non-stop of kicking the ball, sorting things out, and getting to where we are today. So thank you to all of us for making it all happen. So I got a little presentation here just for you to see just a little bit of a journey of what we've gone through, or probably where we were, where we are going, and what we aim to achieve. So just confirm you can see my presentation right there. Are you able to see it?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So again, just double checking here. I hear yeses that you guys can see my presentation. So I'm going to run you through something here like really quick, and in terms of what has been spoken about. But the whole agenda for today will be to look at all these people who have given us all this support. And these are the categories that we have, some of which are in here, some of us are out and not joining us today. So my presentation today can be really simple and clear. And the clarity has come from probably what we've done, what we've been able to achieve, and the support of all of you in here. I see Kathy, I can say mentor and a coach joining in to hear what probably his student has been doing. Prof, I know we go a long way. Kirsty, patron, and all of you who are joining in here today. You guys are just like, at this 10th year, it is special to have you. But I want you to look at that photo. That photo was taken 10 years ago, and I did not have hair on there. If you see some blue t-shirt, that is me. I did not have a hair. Now I do have hair, if you see what I mean. And that photo, I look back and I'm like, oh, maybe we need to go back to that pitch and cause those chaos, because at this tournament, I'm telling you, the best part of that tournament, I was coming down youth, coming people down because they were fighting, referees were being beaten up. We did not have a proper program. We did not know what to do, but we made it happen. And we had 16 teams. The man in yellow standing was then the MP of Mombasa County. Now he's the governor. So all these people have along the way, we've been able to do a lot of things, learned and improved. And together we have hosted 16 football tournaments, engaging 170 football teams and securing partnership from 64 corporate partners, both locally and internationally. But I wanted to come down and just look 3 years. That is just above just past COVID-19. In 2023, I almost gave up on this organization called Global Youth Forum, because our key people had resigned. Things were like looking really tough. You can imagine what COVID-19 brought. And I'm like, do I really want to continue with this Global Youth Forum thing? Or do I just want to go and do a lot of other things? And it is through the support of Prof, look at Lillian, look at Gareth, look at Patron, and everybody who came to serve or support us. Kathy also is there, Justin, Millicent. Maybe you are not just joining then, but they gave me hope to like now pick it again. And it was really tough. It is in 2022, 2023, almost giving up. But me not giving up and cheering on, look at where we are now and where we are going. For example, where we are now, we did not have even refined programs. We were trying to do all sorts of things, but our programs were not refined, but our vision, mission, and values were solid. And the chair did support us in ensuring that our vision, mission, and values were like really clear. We did not have even a sustainability plan. Now I think we do have like a really solid sustainability plan based on our molding for work, actually for the goals, and football for peace. Our online presence wasn't really strong. Now it is really strong. And for those of you who follow us online, you can attest to this. Students are chiming in. Even the older persons are chiming in to share our post, which is like really, really good. If Patron can join this call on his Zoom, know how to mute and unmute, we've made huge progress. So we are trying. So no young person can play that we are digitally challenged. So we've done really, really well on that front. But where are we now exactly? We did not even have a website in 2023. Now look, we have a website. We have a well-defined governance structure. We have a clear sustainability plan. And then look at our networks. Kirsty, I can't tell how we connected, but God knows. Kathy, you know how we connected, but look at our wide network. Look at people coming to deliver molding for work, people we are bringing on ordinary voices. It is just diverse. So that is like where now we are. But as we look forward, say 3, 5, 10 years, we want to transition into an NGO covering the entire country so that we can have the freedom or the exposure to other networks that can support the work that we do. Now, all these years, nobody has been paid to do what we do. And that's why Prof. Benson did touch on the power of volunteerism. How can we then capitalize on the power of volunteerism as to, like the old reason as to why we are here, to amplify and to scale the work that we've been doing? Now that we know what we are doing and we know that it can deliver impact, how then can we support the key implementers and the key actors for this organization to actually get paid to do what we are doing? And now that is now where we are looking at. We are looking to establish a solid board of trustees. If you are here and you are smiling and you want to chime in and dive into this fun adventure, please, we will welcome you. But again, there is a new exciting thing coming up, a billion signature ball. I'm not sure who in here haven't signed it. Maybe Rwach, James, and our friends from South Sudan. You are the only ones who have not signed the ball, but it will be coming your way. So we got a billion signature ball coming up to help establish $1 billion fund that can support our young people who are struggling to probably establish their ventures and to probably realize their vision and mission. Now, ordinary voices might be taking a different turn because our audience is much of at the university or higher learning institutions. So how then can we get to these spaces and empower these young people to probably tell their stories, craft their ideas, and probably collaborate with others from across the globe? In summary, the molding for work seems to be the measure or the umbrella to all these other 3 programs, ending or leading us to eradicating poverty one home at a time. With football, teams coming up with impact projects and then initiating the entrepreneurship programs in their communities to address the SDGs. Archery for the Goals, we just now have a solid program with Archery for the Goals Schools program, where we will be training instructors to go out and deliver archery sessions and empower young people with life skills and the sustainable development goals, knowledge, and information. Ordinary Voices is one of our spaces, is like one of our media places where we aim to mobilize partners and even young people to join and be part of our initiatives. This is just a small number of molding for work statistics. When we started in 2023, Kirsty, you started with us delivering all these units. I think you've been constantly delivering, like initially you delivered 4 units. Now you are down to 3, Kirsty. But look, when we started in 2023, how many? 234 students applied. 24 were selected, 8 completed phase 1, and 4 of which graduated. And Millicent, I know, is here. So Millicent, I know I'm coming to you to give us, say, 1 minute or 2 minutes of just your summary of how that program was for you. In 2024, look at 278 students applied, again 24 selected, 8 completed phase 1, but none graduated. I'll tell you a story about that. In 2025, looks really, really unique. 396 applications, 28 selected, and 15 have now completed phase 2, and they are like really, really active. And I see Godwin is in the room. For class 2026, 510 applications have been received. And those of our friends who are from South Sudan, all of them have applied for molding for work. But Millicent, Millicent, as I move on to the next slide, Millicent, do you want to just give us a snapshot of how, because you are there from the beginning, you've been doing a lot of things with us, do you want to chime in and just tell us a bit of your experience with the molding for work? I might be lying to the public just to say it is good while it is not. Now chime in and tell us a little bit about your story, Millicent, for two minutes or so.
Okay, thank you so much, Peter. And I will just start my story by saying that
Maybe people need to see your face, Millicent. Are you also on camera? Is not working, or what happened? It worked initially, I thought.
Okay, for now, I will turn on my camera towards the end of my story. Yes.
Oh, okay, go for it. Well done.
Okay, I want first to thank Dr. Benson. He's the one who, like, I knew GYF through him. And 2023, I joined the Molding for Work program. And at first, it was something that I didn't understand, but I always say that I want to see what will happen if I don't give up on something. And so I did everything they taught us through the units for the first one. For the second phase, I did my internship at Trust for Sustainable Living with Kirsty, who is here as well. And after that, I began my journey to a part-time work as a social media strategist. And just before that, I was so shy. And as you can see me now, if you don't know, I was the moderator for this session. And you can see the changes. And also Peter can tell you there are some changes through the Molding for Work program. And before going to the social media things, there is a unit on offline and online self-branding. And as a student in 2023, I was a student. This year I was a trainer, and you can just see how Molding for Work is. And for now, I am a social media manager for different organizations through the power of Molding for Work. Thank you.
I still feel Millicent is still shy. That's why I was asking her to turn her camera on. But there we go. Millicent has grown like from this organization. She's a lady to watch, to be honest. I didn't even think she will survive, just like Justin. But they surprised me and even our team. Now Millicent this year have, like, Millicent, you are like, we are keeping our eyes on you. So well done. So coming back onto that, and people who know me really well, if I say someone is good, I really mean it. I won't put that on just like out there. So Millicent, take that from my heart. You have done amazing work, and you are a lady to watch. Anywhere you go, do just know we got you. And you've stood out in the work that you've done through Molding for Work, and even the other tasks I've given you. And I know Kirsty is smiling because she was your supervisor during the internship. So that is just one story under Molding for Work. So I want you to imagine if we can replicate that. I might be biased on this one, so I want to spend the least time possible on this one, because you see a ball and you see Peter, and I can talk whole day and whole night. But to summarize all this, Patron, please. So you hear that all this story has now led to the ball is close to me every time. It is called now a billion signature ball. I never even knew we would got into the UN platform doing football for peace or football for the goals, and they will recognize us for what we are doing. The brand now that summarizes all that is that a billion signature ball that carries all the journey, all the learning, all the pain, and all the things that we've been doing. And looking forward now to what we are now building every single year, we want to host annual Football for the Goals Championship, bringing 17 male teams and 17 female teams together. So we go back to Mombasa where it all began in 2026. In 2027, we go back to Western. And then in 2028, we bring the top champions to a national championship. Whatever we launch after 2028 will be amazing. Probably we might be getting the East Africa, the Africa to come and play inter-country football for the Goals Championship, where we empower young people or teams to come up with impact projects, get them to apply for funding through a $1 billion signature ball so that they can implement their impact projects. Millicent, I see you are smiling on there as a moderator. So this year, if I know Prof did mention that, but what we want to do going forward is every single year, after the audit of the previous year, we do the awards. And that is how now this will be working. So in 2025, in 2026, we will be recognizing the 2025 volunteers and the work that they did. So annually, I think we've piloted nearly all our programs. And now what is looking looking now into the future, we got a plan. And a plan looks like this. Now, because we now know clearly what we want to do, and we have a clear way of how we want to do it, now we are aiming to set a board of trustees. It might comprise of 7 or more members, and those are key areas we are looking at. So I know we'll be talking with the board to look into that, and a call will come out. In 2026, we want to work on our documentation to get into our registration as an NGO and build probably financial reserve now to go out and scale up what we've been doing. And this one, you will be smiling all the way when you hear we are taking a $1 billion signature ball to World Cup 2026. Please don't ask me if we don't take it, but we are getting there. We are aiming at we aim high, but if we hit low, that's all good. But that is our dream. I know Prof was saying we are forming a task force to do that. Prof will set a task force soon. But look, our strength, I know Prof did challenge me on this one. We got strength, to be honest, and we also cannot assume the weaknesses that might stand on our way. If you see on that list of 6 points that we are just talking, please do let us know. But those are our strengths. But what I do like on all those lists of number 6, it will be that power of, I'm confused, to be honest, but all those 6 seems to be our strengths. But number one is really, really solid in terms of what we are doing. Now, I want you to look at our challenges that we foresee. We all base our work in volunteerism. What if our volunteers run away and don't do the job? Yes, not everybody wants to volunteer, but what if they all run away and say, Peter, you just have to pay us to do this work? Then meaning we now need to get on the financial stuff to get things done. Now, then you come down to finding long-term commitments. Prof, I knew you when I was a second-year student.
Yeah.
Kirsty, I've now known you now, like now for 3, we are almost getting to 4 years. Kathy, we are talking about, say, 8 to 9 years, Kathy. Not so many people can make that commitment. Patton, I don't know how long I've known you, but God knows. Lillian, I know we connected probably like solidly when I was still a student, but then we started working together in 2016. But I want you to imagine all those years. How then do we get long-term commitments, especially when it is based on volunteerism? Then Millicent have been doing all the work they do. I haven't paid anybody to do any work. But imagine the data, imagine the computers and the resources they need to get along the way. Now, the young versus the old. Well, what do these young people know? What do they actually know? Let them climb and suffer first before they come to us. So you want to look at that and say that might delay our work because other people want you to suffer before you get up there. Then partners can be so slow. Like, let's say, can you sign this document? Oh, XYZ will sign it. So those are some of the issues that might drag us behind, but we are prepared to at least do what we have to do to get where we want. Now, we got to put the 10 years of experience into real action to accelerate and to scale up what we've been doing and to do what we've been doing to make the world a better place. I will pause on there, and now we get into the exciting part, the one that brought us here.
Yeah.
People talk about volunteers, but nobody actually goes and tells us, what did these volunteers do? We can gather, we can talk and talk, but in our case, we've been able to quantify what our volunteers have been able to do and what we have been able to achieve. And I know Prof gave us a number. For every dollar we got, we translated that into $28. Imagine if government give us the 5 billion that in Kenya now under Nyota program. I'm telling you, we can transform this country into real things. So we invite people to collaborate with us and just give us $1 and see us turn that into $28 for you. Again, now this is what is going, this is purely where we are going to base our awards or our recognitions. So molding for work, 734 beneficiaries, both online and on-site. Football tournaments, 16 football teams engaging 541 participants. Actually, for the goals is coming. You will see more of that soon. Ordinary voices, look at that level of engagement. So we start with our volunteer of the year. I thought Val would be joining us today, but Val is the one wearing the blue t-shirt there, Football for Peace. Val conducted all those 28 sessions. She was there with Prof during the football day, and I don't think that was the best weather ever for that tournament. Prof, it was raining, was it?
Yes, it was.
It wasn't like really that good weather. Justin was there. But for me, I found joy in that because that was the challenging tournament that we've ever had in relation to weather. So we've done it both on sunshine and rain. So if Val was going to be here, Val would be joining us and telling us her story. But I knew Val back in 2015, and you can see how Val have stayed on here. She's now the program officer for Federation of Women Lawyers in Kenya. So that's how far we go with Val. Prof, don't complain on this one. Your face is not showing, but we can tell who you are on there. You are not definitely on a jersey. You are not on a jersey here, but Prof is there greeting people. So this year, we recognize Prof as our board member of the year. But I want to give you a quick snapshot. Not necessarily on this one, we go a long way. But on our strength, I said, we are very digital. Now, Prof goes to Cooperative Bank and introduces us to the Cooperative Bank. And then Cooperative Bank invites us to a call, to a meeting. And then I'm not in Nairobi. And then Prof tries to organize some call, and then it didn't work out really, really well. And then Prof shows up in the offices to meet the person who sent the email. So I can talk on that one, but now it's my time to welcome Prof and just give us his small comment on this bit. Prof, over to you.
Thank you, Peter. This is a very exciting moment. I am not the kind of person who shines so much in the limelight. I'm a background kind of person. So I'm really delighted. And you asked me just to say a little bit about who I am, what I do, and what inspires me to do what I do at GYF. My name is Benson Otemba Inyanga. Primarily, I am a university don. I teach at the University of Nairobi. I've been doing it for 30 plus years. I'm also a born-again Christian, and I know that I'm in good company with the patron. Interestingly, I have two lives. 8 to 5, I teach students at the university, but the rest of the time I'm engaged in Christian ministry and other kinds of exercises equipping leaders. What inspires me about GYF is the why that's in GYF. And the why stands for youth. I have a strong affinity for the youth. They have so much potential, and how their whole lives lie ahead of them. And when I interact with the youth, they also inspire me, so that motivates me. So if we mentor and guide them, they will go farther than we can ever go, and they will make fewer mistakes in life. My brief journey with GYF is this. It all started with an individual. I met Peter, so his path and mine crossed when we were in a lecture hall. He was in his second year at the University of Nairobi. He was pursuing a Bachelor of Science degree in agriculture. And then he happened to be the class representative. So I needed to work with him to run that particular class. He helped me facilitate the various activities in the class. Thereafter, I discovered that he was a scout. And then our friendship has grown over the years. And I consider him one of my mentees who has been very consistent and very intentional about growth. Never mind that what he is currently doing is not what I taught him at the university. What I like best about him is that he's living his purpose. My view and perspective of volunteerism at GYF, Global Youth Forum, just like many startups, doesn't have all the resources required to roll out its many programs geared towards eradicating poverty. But rather than sit in a pity party, GYF believes in the philosophy: start where you are, do what you can with what you have. So GYF has successfully leveraged on the power of volunteerism with outstanding outcomes. Even when GYF becomes self-sustaining in terms of the annual budget, volunteerism will never become out of fashion. We challenge other organizations to become or to come and benchmark with GYF. In conclusion, I wish to thank all who have partnered with us in rolling out excellent programs at GYF. Those among us who are older and more experienced have a great opportunity to hold the hands of the younger ones as they chart their own path in life. And I challenge the youth to join us at GYF. We promise you that you will acquire skills that many people pay lots of money to acquire. And in the process, you will have an advantage in the job market. And you'll most likely be able to create employment opportunities for many young people in your community, country, and the world. Let us eradicate poverty. And so I ask you the question, what are you waiting for? Thank you very much. Back to you, Peter.
I'm trying, I might just try to run away on all those things that Prof have just said over there. But we go a long way. We definitely go a long way. So I have to say thank you so much, Prof, for what you do to get us to where we are today. It has been a journey, and you being humble, maybe your prayers and all the things, looking at the limited resources that probably it is because of your prayers, if you see what I mean. So you keep praying for us. So good. Thank you so much, Prof. Now, we get on to the second one. This one we got to dive a little bit deeper, and we got to just see how even it came about. So, and I did get this photo somewhere. Maybe somebody will be saying, Peter, did Kirsty actually sign this ball? Yes, Kirsty did sign this special ball, and she's sitting closer to Carl. Carl used to be her boss before she moved to Reading University. But how we connected with Kirsty during COVID and how things were happening online, I get onto online, and then I'm like, I see somebody who is like really, really competent in this sort of a gathering, and I'm like, I need to connect with her probably and hear what she's doing and how things, and then we connected, and before I know it, we started working on Molding for Work program, and she turned out to have linked us to Trust for Sustainable Living, coaching our 3 students during internship, and doing all sorts of things. And I could send her emails, and she even responded to my emails. Then I'm like, there we go. So Kirsty then becomes like, I know Martina is joining us as well, but among all our members, not putting down anybody who have given us work, Kirsty have been able to deliver, say, 4 units when we started. Now she's just, I said, Kirsty, you have to take some off. But she loves doing it. So Kirsty becomes our Molding for Work Trainer of the Year. So Kirsty, dive right in. Tell us your thoughts and what inspires you to do purely what you do for us at GYF.
Brilliant. Thank you, Peter. I'm really honoured to receive this award. It's a great privilege and a great pleasure to me to be able to spend my time volunteering for Global Youth Forum. So Peter asked me to prepare a few bits of information for you. So I think most of you are probably quite familiar with me now. But for those of you who aren't, my name is Kirsty Shakespere. I am an engagement project manager for climate and environmental sustainability based now at the University of Reading. But previously, as Peter mentioned, worked at the Trust for Sustainable Living. And my key role really in both of those positions has been as a sustainability and environmental educator. My job is about connecting young people with nature, helping them to understand how they can live more sustainably and why that's important for us and the planet. So the kind of sustainable development goals that really resonate with me are quality education, and particularly climate action, life underwater and life on land, because of my background as a zoologist. So I got into environmental education because of my love for the environment and my background. So as Peter mentioned, we met online back in 2022 when I was hosting an online youth event focused on climate justice, and Peter attended and reached out to me and said, I really dig what you're doing. I'd love to tell you about my project. And then I really digged what Peter was doing, and the vision and goals and values of what he wanted to do with Global Youth Forum really struck a chord with me, and was time I felt I could spend valuably helping and supporting young people. So I've been delighted to be able to support the Molding for Work programme since the first cohort back in 2023 as a mentor, sharing my knowledge and experience from having worked in recruitment, but also as a hiring manager, having managed teams of people for many years. As well as most recently in the last year, having undergone a job search and interview process myself. So being able to share really up-to-date experience with the students on the programme. I've really enjoyed being able to help the young people taking part in identifying their goals and passions, and sharing some of my experience and knowledge of the different ways that you can express and articulate that passion and your skills in those job applications and interview processes, in the hopes of helping you to secure that dream job. Peter mentioned the value of volunteering, and I think volunteering is such an important way to gain valuable experience and has so many benefits. And the time that you spend investing in volunteering is really time that you're investing in yourself. It can help you develop and improve transferable skills like organisation, communication and interpersonal skills that are so important in life, but also within the job field, as well as potentially giving you experience of skills specific to the careers that you're interested in pursuing. It expands your network and community, the people who are going to be helping and supporting you on this career journey, imparting and sharing their knowledge, and hopefully helping you to find suitable job roles, opportunities and mentors to support you through that process. Not only that, it promotes your own personal growth. It can improve your self-esteem, confidence and promote a sense of purpose, as well as improving your physical and mental well-being. And then, of course, there's the benefits that are going to be positively impacting the communities you're supporting, whatever volunteer work you're doing. Never underestimate how those actions might be amplified and the ripple effect that can be caused by the work you're doing and the difference that that can make in society. And I think the work of Global Youth Forum and the programmes that it runs is really important in providing those opportunities and supporting you as young people, and helping and enabling you to develop yourselves so that you can then go on to achieve your goals and support and enable others within your community through the work that you're doing both now and will go on to do in the future. And I think my closing comments would be to find what you're passionate about, pursue it and share it with others. Connect with others who are passionate about it as well, and be open to any opportunities that come your way. And as you progress, think about how you can support and empower others and help them on their journey as well. Thank you, Peter.
All right. Thank you so much, Kirsty. And I see Martina is in the house. Thanks, Kirsty. Martina, did you want to chime in and just say hello to us? We know Ireland can be really, really hot, but you can chime in and say hello to us if you are hearing us, Martina. Unmute.
Hello. Sorry. Hi. Hi, everybody. Sorry. I'm currently working, so I just was kind of listening in. But hi, everybody. Congratulations, Kirsty. And yeah, so look, I'm delighted to be part of Global Youth Forum. Peter, I know you and I connected on LinkedIn, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And yeah, it's I believe in what Global Youth Forum are doing. I think it's a wonderful project to help support our young people to bring out the best in them, both kind of personally and from an employment perspective. Do you know, like we all are searching for the best self, really, aren't we, in this life? So to bring out the best in us and to do purposeful work. So it's an honor for me to hopefully be to try and help the youth achieve that goal. Just spinning it from, I suppose, the entrepreneurship kind of angle, and they go out and create a new business. So yeah, I'm delighted to be part of Global Youth Forum.
There we go. So they always say, for a team of like Arsenal, sorry if I'm using football too much, the better the team, the better the program. So this program has brought, like, look at the team, like the team of players playing in this field of Global Youth Forum. You might see us, we are only 10 in here, or 17 or 15. But I tell you, this is a powerhouse. So we believe in the smaller quality team. And that is the team we've brought together. Before I bring someone else, I want you to have a look and just give you a quick one. I know Mercy. I've been trying to chase Mercy because Mercy, in terms of our Molding for Work program class 2023, she's the one who scored the highest points, 31 out of possible 100 points. So I've been trying to catch up with Mercy, and she's like, oh, I will do this, I will do that, I will catch up. So I haven't gotten to get hold of her properly, but she was our Molding for Work class 2024 based on the scores. So then you look at that, we were to get her on, and obviously I'm trying to see who is on here. I know Frank, you are coming on shortly, but Mercy, what Mercy did, we did set challenges. We set like really hands-on challenges to get people to actually taste what they've learned. And Mercy scored. I know we got one student had 27, one student had 28, 29, and then 31. How we get that? Maybe we are looking, or we are working to set the University of Life Skills. So Prof, Kirsty, and those of us in the university space, once they graduate with their good degrees, you send them to Global Youth Forum, and then we can evaluate their life skills and certify them. How are they able to solve problems? How are they able to communicate? And we will be in that space, chiming in and having fun. And I can tell you for a fact, one of my friends just did say, jobs are out there, but then people to deliver on those jobs are not there. How you do it, you just taste and you see. Our next group was the team, football team for the year. It was called Tysa Ladies. They came twice, 2024, and again this year they've been part of it. So I invited Geoffrey to be part of the call today. I did not hear from them, but they did a really good job. I think they were consistent in terms of their participation during our tournament. So they became our tournament team of the year. Now we get to this special human being from Uganda called Frank. I thought Frank wasn't going to manage, but Frank was busy looking for jobs until he's like, oh, I could do something. So Frank now is running his own pineapple or juice company in Uganda, making pineapple crepes, packing juices, and just making his own income. So Frank's project becomes our SDG Impact Project of the year 2024. And I know Frank is in the house today. Frank, do you want to chime in, talk to us a little bit about what you do, and if you've changed your mind and you are now not looking even for work? So Frank, over to you. I'm just trying to think. Frank is, Frank was here. Yeah, Frank, go for it. Yeah, I see you. Frank, go for it.
Yes. Thank you, Peter. Thank you so much, everyone that is here. Thank you so much. I want to thank Miss Kirsty and Miss Martina for the wonderful work they have done at me. Probably I'm going to first introduce myself, then I continue with others. Probably I'm Semogele Frank from Uganda. I'm the founder of Jakitto Beavarages Limited, passionate about SDG 9, industry, innovation, and infrastructure. I'm holding for work student, graduate. I'm holding for work graduate, class of 2023. Actually, it wasn't an easy journey into the molding for work. It was, actually, there were stages. We stepped into different stages. I felt like even giving up, but I said I couldn't give up. We started small, then we built till the last phase. And in this phase, it was Peter, Miss Martina, and Miss Kirsty that helped me into those stages. That's why I graduated from that. I'm going to tell you through my journey of how I started Jakitto Beavarages Limited. It was Miss Martina's class when she told us that we can start small into the financial business, financial management, those financial literacy sessions that we used to study. It was when she told us that we can start small, and I said I can start something, I can start a company. And right now, I can assure you that this company is a registered company. The names of Jakitto Beavarages Limited. Actually, I'm going to tell you brief about Molding for Work. Molding for Work is a youth organization that supports youth into different thematic areas, which are financial literacy, 21st job century themes, communication skills, problem-solving skills. In this, the problem-solving skills is where I managed to start up something small, where in this, when I was into this program, we were tasked to solve some things on our own. It was like, what problem can I solve in my community? I saw we were losing most of the pineapples in my community. People were losing their tons of juices. And I decided, what can I do to make sure that this cannot go into waste, and how can I help the youth in my community? This came up and I started my company. How I came up with this, now I'm employing 3 full-time employees and 2 part-time employees under this company. It is a regular registered company now, but the challenges that we are facing in my community was post-harvest losses, post-processing handling, and youth unemployment. But for now, I'm training them on how they can process juice, and our vision and mission is that we can start up a processing institution that can help provide skills to the youth, to make them full employed, to make them not to be there having no jobs. We want to make sure that at least if we can train 10 youths every year, this can help us grow in our business. And at times, we want to make sure, currently, let me tell you about my business. Currently, we are producing 1,000 liters per week. When I was starting, I started producing 50 liters per week, but now I'm producing 1,000 liters per week. That's where we have reached so far. It was in 2023 when we started, but now we are producing 1,000 liters per week. From 50 to 1,000. Don't you see that progress? We are progressing. We have so far reached 35 retail shops. 35 retail shops, and these shops can help us at least for the start, for the meantime, to sustain our business as for now. And another thing was what I told you is that we are currently employing the 3 full-time workers and 2 part-time workers. The challenges we are facing is that we are using manual labor, and that our customers in time. Remember, you can get orders and customers want, let me say they want 500 liters of juice, and you can't give them those liters of juice because you're using manual labor. We want to make sure that if we get funds, or we want to make sure that we go automize our production, not using manual labor, so as we can reach our market as for now. And another thing was, we want to empower more women and youth in agro-processing, which I'm passionate about. My passion was into agro-processing, juice processing, beverage processing. Those are the passionate ones that I was into. That's why I turned my passion into an enterprise. Secondly, what I can tell you is that our vision, which we want, is that we want to make sure that we be a leading producer of local pineapple juice in East Africa. And our mission is to employ 500 plus youths in this campaign, and also make sure that we reach, by 2030, we will have reached East Africa and we will have employed more youth. Thank you so much. I remain Semogele Frank, the founder Jakitto Beavarages Limited. Actually, the call to action that I can say is that I want to make sure that for next year, I'll make sure that we shall improve our production from 1,000 liters to at least 5,000 liters. And another thing is that we want to start an agro-processing school. We want to start an agro-processing school. We train youth into agro-processing. Those are the things that we want to do as youth. We are calling for partners to help us reach this dream, or make sure that this dream is achieved by 2030. Thank you so much. I remain Semogele.
Now, I think Frank should employ all of us. By look of it. Frank, well done. And I know Kirsty is smiling because she was your supervisor, and Martina is smiling because her unit on financial literacy, business modeling. Now, I want you to just think around that. If Frank is now employing people, Millicent is social media strategist, and we only had 4 graduates. Mercy, I can't track her really, really well, but I know Charity is back for her master's. So all our graduates are doing something, and we can count where they all went and what they are doing. So tell me, if somebody now is going to come, and not necessarily have to come to collaborate with us, but tell me if this can be scaled up. And I know I got some students like Ruach Biel coming on. Tell me if this can be scaled up to the next level. So well done, Frank, for all you do. Now I think we got something to put our teeth on, working with you to support you actually scale up and do what you are doing. And probably that's now why we are looking at a 1 billion signature ball so critically to support initiatives like yours.
Yeah.
Now,
thank you so much.
Yeah. Now looking at the corporate partners, we again, not a really, really huge crowd, but again, we had the United Nations Information Service Nairobi, Cooperative Bank, Burhani Sports Club, University of Nairobi, Trust for Sustainable Living, and Coca-Cola that supported us in 2024. Now we got to look at who out of this becomes our corporate of the year. All of them did a really, really good job, but the one that emerged our corporate of the year was the Cooperative Bank. Cooperative Bank, Prof did write to them asking for one sponsorship. Could you sponsor one team? They turned up and sponsored all the 17 teams. They came back with their stand at the event. They were engaging students. They were talking to them. They are talking to them about financial literacy and all those stuff. And after even the tournament, we engaged with them to hear what we were doing. And we've just been preparing a number of things. And we've engaged them even beyond the tournament. So Cooperative Bank became our corporate of the year in 2024. And we deeply appreciate the support and probably looking forward to engaging more other partners. You see, they were all in suits up there. I'm the one who is never in suits. Probably I need to have my ball on there. They are again talking to the teams and guiding and coaching them. So again, I did invite them, but again, being on a holiday and people are doing all sorts of things, they are not here with us, but we say a huge thank you to them. Prof, maybe you can put in a word for them. Maybe your approach to it. What do you think?
Yes, actually, these are solid partners. They supported us in 2024. And I think it's appropriate that at a later time, you and I can actually organize to pay them a visit and take a physical award to them, just to show them that we are willing to partner with them in the future. Thank you.
Yeah.
There we go, Prof. Thank you so much. So, and I know for 2025, we had like loads of partners. I think the 2025 awards will be really, really interesting. I know some of them are in here. I know Kathy is joining us on here, but if you look like really, really back, must be 2020. Our corporate of the year was exponentially. And I know Kathy is in here today. Kathy, do you want to say hello to us if you are on here? Kathy, I know we go a really, really long way in terms of mentorship, coaching, and I know we did something on this year with Club 17. Kathy has been working to mentor students. Kathy, are you there? Say hello to us, Kathy.
I am, Peter, but my camera is not working. Let me see if I can get it to work. Oh,
Yeah.
there it is. Hi, everyone. My name's Kathy Vaughn. Actually, it wasn't exponentially, Peter. It was K&B Consulting.
Sorry, yeah.
That sponsored the balls. And this year also was able to help supply the tents for the program in Nairobi for the first football tournament that Peter organized, Football for the Goals. And I'm not sure what more there is to say, Peter, except yes, we do go a long way back.
So
long way back.
Yeah, so just like along the way, Kathy was my trainer in Young African Leadership Initiative, the one that was launched by the 44th President of the United States. So we took a little bit of a break before we connected again. But all along, Kathy has been there, giving me a hand, providing me a coaching. And I think what shaped much of like molding for work, she brought me into the middle managers program in one of those programs to just say, Peter, come and support. So I went, learned, gained some skills. Now those skills, we've transferred them into molding for work, other things that I do. So Kathy has been really, really a backbone to what we've been doing. You might not see her in our meetings, but behind the scene, we do phone calls, we do talks. She asks questions, shaping things, and like really, really solid support behind the scenes. I say thank you, Kathy, for all you do and for all you've done to get us to where we are. I know Prof will be smart now. Patron will be smiling all the way on there. So I say thank you there. Thank you. Then now we get on to, then now we get on to the special recognitions. And I know when we were planning this, we knew Chair was going to be with us. And again, we've just done our part, and I know he's resting in peace. So special thank you to our Chair for all he did to get us to where we are. Now, Patron seems to have his blue hat, and on this occasion, he was wearing his hat. And those are just like a bit of Archery for the Goals program. So there he was talking to people about their archery and doing few other things. And he's not looking at us, but he's there. So if you want to see, maybe you are wondering, how is Peter surviving? How is he doing all these things? The Patron ensures I survive and do what I do. Now, we are now going out, and now we want to say, if Patron goes or Patron leaves us today, what will happen to Global Youth Forum? So Patron have played his part. Now we want to go out and now set really, really solid base for what we've been doing. So Patron, what has been your inspiration? I know we got just 2 minutes to wind it up, but what is your inspiration? What is your call, or what is your ideas for us as we gather here today? Patron, over to you.
Peter, thank you very much indeed. If there's sort of background noise, it's helicopters flying overhead. I don't know what we're hiding that they're looking for, but apologies for that. Where to begin? I think we've received reports concerning ongoing projects, activities that have been successfully concluded, the meticulous ground laying that is fundamental to every aspect that characterizes the dynamic approach to capacity building amongst our young people, that those out there in increasing numbers are coming to expect from GYF Kenya. I think that's the first thing. The endeavor to be an exemplar of excellence. I think that's very important. So whether we look at the development of archery for the goals, which has begun here in Mombasa and in due course goes further afield, or the remarkable and exciting concept that is the billion signature ball. We look at the remarkable impacts and the great need for molding for work, for ordinary voices, football for peace, of course, and all of this designed to develop on the SDGs. And I think the things that come out of this for me are this: that an ever increasing diversity of partnerships are steadily developing that are genuinely taking GYF global. One could not have envisaged in 2015 that the aspirations that underpin the founding of GYF Kenya would one day receive enthusiastic endorsement from within the United Nations. And of course, all of this is an extraordinary level of value-added experience and opportunity for all of our young people. And of course, especially in the broader context for our core team. For all of these opportunities, I'm deeply, deeply grateful to the partners who have joined us along the way on this great adventure. And I do hope that they have found it to be all mutually beneficial. Now, for us here in Kenya today, it is Jamhuri Day. It's a celebration of gaining independence. And somehow that seems so appropriate that we should have this event on Jamhuri Day, as we're also celebrating so much in Global Youth Forum that looks to enable our youth to think and to develop as independent individuals. And I think Frank's initiative in Uganda is a classic example of that. So congratulations all round there. It was an extraordinary man by the name of Lee Kuan Yew, who those of us with the silver frame would remember was the founding prime minister of a tiny island nation state. Not that they wanted to be independent, but Malaysia didn't want to have them in with them. They were bankrupt. Their entire infrastructure was destroyed during the Second World War. But it was Lee Kuan Yew who made this famous statement. I think this is as applicable today as it ever was. And he simply said this: the greatest single asset that any society has is not minerals underground or other such tangible, usable assets to which you can put a price. The greatest asset that any society has is its next generation. So invest in them to secure the future of your society. And what makes me so proud of all those who have invested in and are associated with Global Youth Forum Kenya is that in your own way, you are all a Lee Kuan Yew, that you are investing in the single greatest asset that any community, that any society can have, which is its next generation. So that's my sort of thought for the day, if you like. But for our team of advisors, what can I say? You have my gratitude, my admiration, my heartfelt thanks for the many hours you continue to give so willingly. Your support for Peter, the guidance that you provide both for him, for the core team, and the enthusiasm that is so evident from each of you is something that comes from the heart. And that I hugely respect and I hugely applaud it. And what makes it so special is that it is not something that money can buy. So for all of this, God bless you all. And I take the opportunity to congratulate all the award winners. I wish you all a very blessed Christmas with good health and every success in all of your endeavors in 2026. And for all of that, which we so much look forward to you helping us build for those who are Global Youth Forum Kenya in 2026. So God bless and thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Like, I know we've run over time here, but apologies. Just 2 more minutes before we end it. We wind it up, and we got something here for you, just like continuing with the last two slides for the day. Thank you, Patron, for that, and thank you too for all you do to get us to where we are today. We were to do open engagement, which we've been doing since we started, so well done. So we've covered that a little bit more, but this is just like a quick snapshot of how our 2026 will look like. Ordinary Voices happening last Sunday of every month, Career Connect coming in February, Molding for Work picking up in March to October, Sports for SDG Forum 6th of April during the International Sports for Development, and then football tournament on 23rd and 24th of May. And this might lead to SDG Impact Pitching contest, and then actually for the goals program running from January to December. So that is an ongoing program. This one, you keep your eyes on it, a billion signature ball. It is still work in progress. We will build that up. And Prof, you said we will form a task force for that. So keep your eyes on that.
Yes.
And then this is interesting one. Before the next tournament, we have to plant 3 fruit trees for every goal that is scored. 82 goals were scored, and we aim now to plant 246 trees before the next championship. I will plant my 3. If you are on here when we launch the challenge, please just ensure you join the campaign and plant your fruit trees. So that is a call to everybody. Now, for our journey, from the CEO's call, I know Prof will have his call shortly to bring us home. We will be looking for board members. For the young people out there from South Sudan, Kenya, Uganda, TZ, please bring members to us. Become a mentor to our students or a coach. Partner with us to deliver inter-county football for the Goals Championship, and help us take a billion signature ball to the World Cup 2026 so that we can launch a $1 billion fund to help us now empower people like Frank to deliver their impact projects and support more people. Prof, I think you are the right one to give us your closing remarks, and then we can go home smiling unless somebody has got something to talk to us about. But over to you, Prof.
Thank you, Peter. This is very exciting. When I look back, I see the kind of work that has gone into GYF, setting a firm foundation, putting policies in place, developing governance organs. And I can only say that GYF is now taxiing on the runway, ready for takeoff. And so I would like all of us to partner and to give it a strong push so that we can see more benefits in the years to come. I can only imagine the kind of progress and success.
Did we just, yeah, carry on.
I can only imagine the kind of progress and success we shall all celebrate in the coming years. Thank you very much. We value each one of you, and we value the teamwork. May God bless you, and may I wish you a Merry Christmas. Thank you.